Gray pillars stretched into the shadows like they were trying to escape the script. Neo stood smack dab in the middle, looking like a lost action figure at a garage sale. His long black coat, pure clay couture. The emptiness was so dramatic, even the echoes were on vacation. Suddenly, from behind the pillars, a parade of clay men in black suits and bead sunglasses appeared. Guns drawn, faces blank, and not a single one remembered to blink. They circled Neo like he was the last donut at a police convention. The tension was so thick, you could slice it with a plastic butter knife. Every figure froze, like someone hit pause on the world's weirdest stop-motion movie. Neo turned his head, calm and curious, probably wondering if he left the oven on. He raised his hands as if to say, "Come at me, bro." The guards aimed their pistols, barrels glinting in the light. Clearly, someone polished them for this big moment. For a heartbeat, time stopped. Seriously, even the dust motes were like, should we move? It was a claymation freeze frame, everyone holding their most dramatic pose, Oscar-worthy stuff. Neo stood his ground, the only guy in the room not worried about getting clay in his shoes. He was ready, probably because he'd seen the script. The guards were ready too, or at least as ready as you can be when your arms are made of Play-Doh and your sunglasses are beads. And so, in this silent, clay-filled waiting room, everyone took a deep breath. Well, as deep as you can when you don't have lungs. The stillness was just the world's way of saying, hold on to your hats, folks. Things are about to get squishy. The first shot shattered the silence. A pop, then a storm of noise. Clay guns jerked, flashes of orange and yellow at their tips. The air filled with streaks of gray bullets, rough and imperfect, buzzing like angry wasps toward Neo. The camera weaved through the chaos, showing the overwhelming swarm. The lobby became a web of danger, every bullet converging on Neo. But for Neo, time slowed. Bullets drifted, their details clear, spinning gently. The world stretched, sound fading to a low hum. Neo could see every bullet's path, every smudge, every spin. He was the calm center of the storm, no longer a target, but an observer. The chaos became clarity. He saw the world's pattern in perfect detail. The bullets, once deadly, now seemed almost harmless in their slow-motion dance. Neo was untouched, the world bending around him. In this moment, Neo was more than a man. He was the master of time. The attack had become a spectacle, and Neo its unshaken focus. The impossible was about to begin. With time thick as honey, Neo moved. He leaned back, his clay body arching impossibly, coat rippling in slow motion. Feet planted, torso bending, he defied the rules of flesh and gravity. Bullets zipped past, one by his face, another by his chest, each missing by a hair. He wove through the spaces between them, body curving into a perfect arc. Neo was almost parallel to the floor, bullets forming a canopy above. This was more than dodging. Reality itself was bending, frame by frame. The guards were statues, frozen in their attack. Only Neo and the audience could see the miracle unfolding. He moved with impossible grace, a living sculpture in a world of rigid lines. The rules of physics were rewritten in clay. Neo was a question mark, arching against a world of exclamation points. In this ballet of bullets, Neo showed us that the unbreakable could be bent. The impossible was now real. The world would never be the same. As Neo hung in his impossible arch, the camera spun around him. It circled, revealing every angle, the bullets, the guards, the entire scene alive with energy. Brass-colored shells tumbled from the guns, spinning in slow motion, glinting as they fell. The camera's movement and the falling shells created a swirling dance of danger and grace. Neo was the star, bullets his partners in a deadly choreography. The world itself seemed to move, highlighting the wonder of the moment. This was pure cinema, bullet time in clay, a revelation of what animation could do. Time and space were no longer fixed. They were tools for storytelling. The camera's spin was a statement. We were seeing something new, a man becoming more than a man. The combination of Neo's bend, the flying bullets, and the spinning camera was a symphony of impossible motion. In this moment, the illusion became real, and the world was transformed. The rules had changed. Nothing would ever be the same. The last bullet sailed over Neo as he rose, coat settling, the world snapping back to normal speed. Silence echoed. The guards, guns empty, stood confused. Neo hadn't just survived, he'd rewritten the rules. The world's boundaries had melted. Anything was possible now. Neo was no longer a prisoner, he was the master. He saw the code beneath the clay, ready to reshape it. Fear was gone.